Good morning. Good morning. Good evening. Good afternoon. Whatever time it is for you, I am live. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. How y'all doing? Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you for checking me out again. Thank you for checking me out again. Uh, Today, my topic is life is what you make it. And I'm thinking specifically about your attitude and your perspective. Hey, Niche. What's up, big dog? What's up, Len? Talking about your perspective, because life is what you make it. Make sure my music ain't that loud. Life is what you make it. Think about my journey. Uh, Being in bad situations, being around negative people. At some point, especially when you get older, you have to realize that you are really a sum of the people that you hang around. And that is in all respects, because negative people pass on negative energy. Negative music transfers into your system as well. So when you think about negativity, when I think about negativity, when I think about lower vibrations, the people that you surround yourself and the things that you accept automatically lowers your vibration. The people will see me today or see me any other times within the last few years, and I always um will say to people when they say how you doing, I'm like, shit, exceptional. My day is great. It is, and I believe that, and I come from the perspective that I woke up this morning. In these past couple years, I've lost so many people. So just to have the ability to put my feet on the ground, to walk, to move my hands, to talk, I'm always in an exceptional position, in an exceptional mood. And the days leading up to even now, it makes it even better because I learned how to ground myself even more. I learned how to raise my vibrations even more. But for the people that I do talk to that have a different understanding and their vibrations are lower, they are in a constant circulation of bad happenings, or things always seem to happen to them or around them. I always like to let them understand that. the things that you accept from other people automatically becomes your issues. Someone had a I'll give you two situations. Someone had a situation where a gentleman, let's say he had paraphernalia on him. So he has paraphernalia on him, and I can't say paraphernalia. Let's say he had a weapon on him, because we need to make it a little bit more personal. The man had a weapon on him, and the man had a weapon on him for a reason. He was trying to protect himself, but protect himself from who and for what? I had to let him know that by you allowing yourself to be around somebody like that, you automatically take on the debt of that person. So their negative energy automatically becomes yours because you allow that to circulate in your life and in your space. So if somebody come by and they see you in the car with that person and they can't get at you right then and there, the next time if that dude's not around or that lady's not around, they're gonna try to get at you, especially if it's like that. So understand that people's energy and negativity can rub off on you even if you can't feel it, even if you can't see it, and even if you don't know. And I like to maybe go a step deeper because in I believe that when you allow yourself to be in a negative climate, a negative mindset, doing things that aren't just or good, depending on how you feel or what you feel just a good and good is, because we all do have different definitions for things. But I'm talking about on a what I would assume to be a global scale. You know what I'm saying? What people think is good and just to most rational people. So let's say you don't circulate in that circle and you allow negativity to be around you. Anytime you allow yourself to be in a position where you allow negativity to thrive in your space or in your sphere, that automatically allows you to be involved in anything adding up to and even including death in any form, in any situation, in any circumstance. Because I believe that darkness has no bounds. So if you out there doing whatever you're doing and you know the energy that you're vibrating at or the level that you're vibrating on, you can't be shocked if things don't go your way. And of course it can happen if you're doing good. But those are circumstantial, and you have to look at what type of work you put in order to try to manifest things. But if you are working in that light of negativity, you can't be mad if certain things happen. Now, understand, and I understand that when you are tired of being in the situations that you get these kind of negative results and you're tired of being around these kind of negative people, you can make a choice and you can make a decision to change just like that. It's your choice. You can change just like that. As soon as you want to change, you can change because you're going to get tired. You will get tired. So if you're in the streets, you hustling, you're going to get tired of ducking the cops. If you scamming, you're going to get tired of ducking people. Or if you're around negative people, you just going to get tired of fighting. You're going to get tired of arguing. You're going to get tired of all that. You're going to get tired of all that. What's up, Keith? But it's up to you to get tired. And once you get tired and you say, hey, look, nah, that's it. I'm done. And once you get tired and done, guess what? You're going to still be in the same situations. Why? Because seeds have been planted. And just like there are 4 seasons in the year, you have to live out the karmic energy of the seeds that you planted. But if you plan to be good or you plan to change and you plan to circumvent the things that you've been doing in your life, you have to now plant a different crop of seeds. And them different crops of seeds mean that they got to be watered and nurtured. So that means even if you were in those type of negative situations and you trying to turn over a new leaf, now if something pop off, you can't react the same way that you did before because you're in a new season. So you got to pay attention to your intentions. It took me a minute. It took me a minute to get comfortable, even just driving, even just driving and not worrying about the police. I mean, I know that things going on now, and it's a different way of looking at how police deal with us, black people. Um, but just like little stuff, like looking at my tags, running my tags, seeing if I'm good, or or walking around and just ducking the police is you get tired of those things. And then once you get that clarity and you get clear, it feels kind of good to have that weight lifted. But to come completely out of it and see where you came from and understand. And I want y'all to understand that everything has a root. So me just saying that you want to make this change is not going to be something easy. That's why I had Dr. Green on here last week to speak about therapy. A lot of these things and actions or ways that you are or you communicate or habits that you have, they they are generational or they can be generational. I mean, it's a few people that just they won't be out there like that to prove something to themselves or the people that they're around, but a lot of things have to do with your environment, your immediate environment. So you have to do the work to find out, to go back and find out why those things are normalized to you. Why do you allow that kind of energy to be around you. And you have to want to do better. You have to want to be whole. And saying whole have me thinking about relationships, like companionship, and people being with other people for the sake of companionship, and they haven't done that kind of work. It's good to understand. It's necessary to understand that everybody is not and do not operate in a space of wholeness, because most of us, most of us have trauma and have issues. So when you think about wanting to be in a different light, to be calm or in a new space, you have to start at the root. And once you understand whatever that thing is, especially I would even say most of the things that we go through as black people comes from or are remnants of slavery. And I don't just say slavery to say slavery, because I know everybody ain't come from Africa. We have people that were on this land. Yeah, okay. But regardless, if you are a melanated being on this side of the hemisphere, and I'm just talking about specifically here, you have dealt with attitudes and issues, and even into this day, that come from things from our past, not from our past, but from our great grandparents' past, like the whole, you know, rapes and murders and silence, and it's just a whole lot of things that has went on in the past that has been passed down, that has our parents or our grandparents not talking, as our parents and grandparents fending for their lives, doing things to make money, um, not talking about traumas, not talking about issues, and it continuously get passed down until you get to your parents. So if your parents act in a certain way, and you come to a place where you wonder why they did you the way that they did, you have to give them grace, because we are all learning, and it's a new day, a new time. And you can blame them, but you can't really blame them. And at some point, you have to understand that everybody has a past and has a reason why they live and did the things that they did in order to be where they at. And once you get to an age where you feel like you've grown, you can be mad, down, and depressed all you want, but the work is on you. You can't blame your parents for the rest of your life unless you just want to be miserable for the rest of your life. And some people do. Some people can't get out of it. And today it's help. It's help to get you out of those spaces. That's if you want it. But a lot of people still to this day are they like, I'm not talking to nobody. And that's your choice. And you just can't get mad at somebody if they've been in a place where they work on themselves and they can understand and they can see the trauma on you and know that it's going to jump off of them back onto you. And you just have to walk away or leave them alone. I've definitely been in that situation several times. People that I love, people that have died. See, all you can do once you understand is sympathize with them, talk to them, offer alternative means of doing whatever they're doing. But if somebody keeps going down the road that they are, or even if it's you, if you keep going down the road that you are, and somebody just wipe their hands, you just gotta understand it. Cause don't nobody want to live in misery. So to me, when they say heaven and hell, I believe they talk about right here. And when I say life is what you make it, you make your life heaven or you make your life hell. So if you want to get out of it, you have to do the work. You have to start to plant those new seeds. You have to talk to somebody so you can figure the things out that you need to figure out. And then start putting on that positive attitude. All the stuff that I know everybody here, you might get tired of it. But one thing is, it is absolutely no way that you can be in a relationship, friends or companionship, and love somebody if one, you don't know how to love, and two, if you don't love yourself. So I always will employ people to be by yourself. Date yourself. Learn what you like. Love you. Take yourself take yourself to the movies. Man, I hey, I've done everything by myself. Miami, beach, and I do it as if someone is there with me. And actually it is. It's me. So if I want to drink, go to the beach, smoke, I let my little top off on my truck, open the windows, blast the music, sit by the water, kick my feet up by myself. Because I love me. I enjoy myself. And I even get on my own nerves. So if y'all see me talking to myself, it's fine. I don't mind because sometimes I need to tell myself to stop. Don't do that. Don't think that because I'm still working. I'm still working. I'm still working. And I always um it's always funny to me. Not funny because it's kind of sad, but it's interesting. It's interesting to me when you try to talk to people and they already got the answer. Even if it's your field, if it's what you do, people always got the answer. And we all have those people that just know everything and want to be the smartest person ever to live. And and I believe, and I would even say that I know that if you think you know everything, you're probably the dumbest person around here because you will never know everything. And you can learn something from anybody, even a baby, even a bum, even somebody, just that you don't know. So it's okay to anybody listening. It's okay to shut up. Even if you know the answer, somebody might give you a different perspective on something. Just relax and listen, because that's what we're here for. We're here to learn and understand. And I don't mind being corrected. I don't mind somebody telling me when I'm wrong or if I've done something wrong. I've even told my kids, even if you do something crazy, just have a reason. And I always have reasons for everything that I do. So it makes sense to me, but I'm not always right. And I don't make the right choices all the time. But this day, this day and time, I am in a space where it's all about peace. It's all about peace, self care, health care, and I fight myself daily because I know what I am and I am not supposed to do, but I know what I won't do, and I will not allow all of the things of my past to dictate my future, whether it be friends, situations, or whatever. So if you want to be in a new space, you have to take a stand with yourself and say, yeah, it's gonna be rough. It ain't gonna be easy, and you ain't gonna know how to do it unless you have some kind of coaching going on. So read a book. So talk to somebody who is more knowledgeable or who is older. That's why elders are good to have around. So if you have older people in your life, talk to them. If you want to see a therapist, talk to them. They take insurance, but you have to do the work. You have to get to a place where you can be by yourself and come into these new relationships that we want to manifest whole, because we will always still have to do work in new relationships. But you want to be the best you that you can be, and you want to be a light. You don't want to be a energy taker or sucking somebody's energy up because you always in a bad place. Sit still every once in a while. Meditate. Get up in the morning. Get up early. Give yourself an extra 30 minutes. An extra 30 minutes to just be grateful. Listen to the universe. Plan out your day. Tell yourself how great you are. Tell yourself how beautiful you are. Love yourself in those moments, but be still. And those are the most enlightening moments, at least for me, ever. And if you sit there and if you really do the work of transformation, those voices that you already hear that are silent, they'll give you answers to things that you need to make things move a little smoother in your life. So yeah, if you want to be happy, you can be. But what I think is misunderstood by some people is that somebody else's bad attitude, even if it's thrown toward you, can mess your day up. And it can, but with your help. So if you allow somebody to bring their negative or bad energy, I don't care, person, supervisor, friend, whatever. If you allow them to bring their negative energy around you and throw you off, it's because one, you ain't standing on your own two, and then you have absolutely accepted whatever negativity that they're dishing out. What they say, what Jay Z say? Um, you don't argue with fools because people from a distance can't tell who is who. You don't have to give up that energy, and you do kind of look like a fool, and you can feel your energy being zapped. I actually felt it like a couple of weeks ago, and I felt it. I felt sad. I felt even sadder because it was an old Negro tradition, playing spades, and I let somebody get to me, all because they talked across the board. I'm still black, but even things like that, all you gotta do is just get up, walk away. If you can't change the situation, you can't change what's going on. Walk away, because it's not worth your peace. It's not worth you giving up something that you should be able to maintain. But it happens. So for you, if you want to make things better, if you want a different perspective on life, you have the opportunity to change it. It's your choice. It's your choice. Because regardless of what go on, and I'm a road rager, so I have my moments. But once I'm done driving, and even driving, I'm kind of enjoying myself. But I rode motorcycles, so I drive a little different. as I did when I was riding motorcycles, but still in peace because I would still look as relaxed as ever. I would still be laid back as ever and unbothered because I still don't allow people, even in their craziness, to disturb my peace. So, for you, whoever listening, if that's what you want, if you want some kind of peace in your life, it's there for you. You just have to work toward it. You have to plant seeds, and it won't happen overnight. And you will be tested. You just have to maneuver your way up out of certain situations and clear your space and control your sphere of influence. So if people ain't respecting you or acting the way that you would like them to act towards you, it's up to you. It's up to you to stay there. It's up to you to be big enough to say something and see if they want to communicate and work it out. But if not, you got to put on your big drawers and just step off. No harm, no foul. But you control you. You control your space. You control your energy. You control who you allow in and around you. So it's your job. It's your work to do. Meditation. And like I say, you gotta love yourself. Because if you don't love you, how you expect somebody else to love you? How do you expect to know if somebody's loving you the way that you want them to? You watching TV and you thinking that that's reality. Fairy tales, picket fences, loving hip hops or whatever shows that they got going on. Nah, love is work. Even if you loving yourself, it's work. Being by yourself is work. Being by yourself is painful. Being by yourself does not feel good. But at some point, you have to say, let me just do this for me. Let me just enjoy this. Let me just see what I can get out of it. Now I don't even think about it. I have some time, or I'm going past Haynes Point or something. I just pull over and just look at the water, look at the planes, look at the hotels, look at the people, and just enjoy the energy of the atmosphere of the water, the trees, the nature. So whatever your thing is, you have to do it. You have to do it for you. You have to do it for you, even if it's going out to get something to eat, sit down, get a table for one, go to the movies, get you some popcorn or bring some in by yourself and enjoy yourself. Comedy show, anything, whatever you like to do, you have to make sure you don't allow somebody the opportunity to treat you worse than you'll treat yourself. So if you good to you, you know you can't allow nobody to do less because you put in the work. Um, there is, in conclusion, other things that I want and will discuss. I went to a community function um, where they had councilmen, council persons, educators, and they were talking about the community and the things that we have going on in our area. And that's another thing that I'm going to tackle because I've definitely not done my part. But I know a lot of you haven't either, especially PG County residents. I think it's odd that we have a Royal Farms popping up in every corner. Like we can probably walk from one Royal Farms to another. And the young lady was explaining to me how these people know the demand and they are allowed to build these places continuously because they don't have anybody there to vote against them and to demand that we have other things there in the place. And these people get incentives off of our tax dollars to do so. All of that to say, we need to get involved. We need to go to these meetings. We need to take time, especially if you all have kids. Might have graduating. I'm kind of done. But this is still my community. And these people spend our tax dollars the way that they want to. And basically, with nobody to dispute whatever they want or whatever they call legislation or whatever they're going to let go through. So get involved, pay attention, know who you're voting for. Don't be like me, just going looking at names and see which one seems like it'll be the best fit. And even just knowing them and not knowing the actual steps that they go through to make things law, or without knowing these people track records or who they vote for or who they allow to do certain things in our community, it's important. So we got to do more than just vote. We got to go to these meetings and make ourselves known, make our opinions known. And I will have someone on in a week or so, uh, council person, if you will, that's going to explain the process and give us a breakdown to let us know what we can do. So I thank you all for blessing me with y'all presence, for just listening to me rant. As always, if you have any questions or things that you want to talk about, holler at me, let me know, put them in the comment section, uh, inbox me, whatever, and I will be sure to get to them. Thank you so much. Peace and blessings to you all, and enjoy the rest of your evening.